Welcome in, everybody, to episode number 14 of the Big Blue Breakdown. Thank you guys so much for joining us here on YouTube or on Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts as well. Thank you guys for all the follows on Spotify. Continue to do that for me here, please. And leave a comment. I am more than happy to respond to those on either YouTube or podcast. If you're watching here on YouTube, thank you guys so much for tuning in here. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment as well. Before we get into an incredible game from the Cats, I am so sorry that I couldn't post a YouTube video. I actually recorded the entire video, and there was a lot of technical difficulties near the middle of it. First part was good. Second part was not, but was able to get a preview of the Tennessee game out on Spotify. At least I was able to get something out that was available for everybody to see. But if you guys don't follow me on social media, make sure to go do that at BigBlue_Breakdown on TikTok, X, and Instagram. Posted, absolute ton today during this game on X. We'll be doing that from now on. Just updates throughout what's going on in the game, everything like that, my opinion on some things. But man, what a win for the Cats on the road in Knoxville, which it was seemingly impossible for us to do because of everything that was against us. The adversity of injuries. Okay, Lamont Butler out, and then Andrew Carr's plays for like 3 minutes max in this game. I don't know the exact total. I don't think he recorded a single stat in this game. Now, with all that being said, this is an amazing victory for the Cats. They improved to 15-5, 4-3 in conference play. Now this is a momentum building win for the Cats. It was not a must win coming in, but it kind of had that feel behind it. Now, with these guys out, it was more of like a hey, we're not expecting you guys to win, so that means to go out there and win the game. Like Jack Pilgrim said it perfectly, I believe. Like it wasn't a preview of the game; it was like the scenes before the game, like which they always do on KSR. Make sure to go check them out. Amazing work that they do over there. But he said it perfectly. Like, nobody's expecting you to win this game. With all that's on you already with adversity, going to the number one defense, going to Tennessee, which has the number one defense in the country, who just took the best team in the country down to the wire on the road, and we're coming off now 2 losses. Guys out with injuries, go in the game. Like, there's no pressure on you to do that. And they said it perfectly in quotes, you're playing with house money. Today's episode, obviously, we're going to be diving into this terrific win over the Volunteers on the road. We're going to dive into what this means, how big of a win this was with our backs up against the wall. And then we are going to be discussing how this win can really launch us to where we want to be in the SEC and NCAA tournament. This is a huge resume win, especially with all the factors of injuries in this one and everything really against the Cats. You drink here before we get going. Again, thank you guys so much for joining in here to episode number 14 on the podcast. The Cats pull off an amazing victory on the road, 78-73. I'm trying to think, did Tennessee only lead once in this game, and that was at halftime? That is awesome, first of all, if that is true. Now, this game was tied up, I believe, a couple of times in the second half. Kentucky really took control in the second half. As an overall perspectives, what won this game for Kentucky? Okay, well, coming into this one, my keys, I'm going to get them here. My 4 keys for a win, which there was a lot more because it was such a almost near impossible thing to do for the Cats. Number 1, we can't turn the ball over. We did that this game. We turned the ball over, but we did enough to overcome those turnovers. And we did that without Lamont Butler, which is just insane. It shows how good this team is and how good this team can be. You add Lamont, a healthy Lamont, a healthy Andrew, and possibly a rotation guy like Kirk Crease who can provide sparks for this team. So dangerous. But we did turn the ball over. I want to see how many times here. Let's see. Total. We turned the ball over 13 times. Now, we did turn them over 5, which Kentucky is I think, at the bottom of the league in turning teams over. So turning them over 5 times, we were able to get 5 points off those turnovers. Okay, they were able to get 15. That's what really kept us in this game was live ball turnovers. Some in the clutch time, yes. But we were able to do enough to get over that hump. And I think some of those turnovers will go away once guys like Lamont Butler are healthy. I think that really cuts down on it a lot. But able to do enough to get over that, make threes. We did a lot of that. Kentucky shoots 50% from the three-point line in this one, hitting 12 of 24. Just sparking it from the three-point line. Now, Tennessee does hit 11 threes. But check this out. On 45 attempts. Not very efficient in this game at all from three-point land with the Volunteers. They shot 24.4% from three-point land. Kentucky overall shot 50% from the field, which is just insane. Going up against the number 1 defense in the country, in KenPom. Everything is saying, like, the matchup is going to be Kentucky's offense versus Tennessee's defense, which it was. Kentucky most definitely won that battle. I think this is the most points a team has scored on them at home this year. And the only loss Tennessee has at home right now is Kentucky against the Kentucky Wildcats. This is a huge win because you're kind of stealing one here, right? You lost to Vanderbilt. You still went on the road against Tennessee. It's just how this league is going to go. Things like this are going to happen. It is so important that we're able to take care of our business at home because these wins like this are not going to come by easy. Very effective shooting from this team tonight. Man, oh man, did we do good from the three-point line. Now, another kind of negative in this one was our rebounding, except for one guy, and I'll get to him here in a minute. Not to spoil, but it's Amari Williams. Now, we only got out-rebounded by 3. Now, overall, like, rebounding, like, hey, like, this Tennessee team is a very good rebounding team. We're able to hang in when they're with them. But offensive rebounding, they were able to get 18. Now, the Cats were able to get 8. So, they're 18. I think the biggest one probably is where they kept getting offensive rebound after offensive rebound, and then finally Chaz Lanier hits a 3 to make it a 2-point game, if I'm not mistaken. But that was probably the biggest one. But yeah, like, we were still able to overcome it. Like, I think this is one of the best teams at doing that, and we're still able to beat them on the road. You're not going to face this good of a rebounding team and defensive team consistently. You're not, and it's true. You're not going to face a team like this with their physicality, with their defensive ability, with their rebounding ability. You're not going to face it every night. And for us to not particularly handle the ball well, for us not to particularly clean up the glass effective in bigger moments, but we were still able to come away with a win. I think we're going to be able to compete with teams a lot better and probably beat them on the glass. But Tennessee is just one of the best teams in the country at doing this, and their defense is the best defense in the country. Free throw percentage. Kentucky hits 16 out of 24 free throws. Some of the clutch time that we missed. Now we hit 66% of our free throws this game. Tennessee hits 70. Now we did shoot more free throws than them. Now what about Ortega? Ortega hitting some clutch free throws in crunch time to make it a 3-point game instead of a 1 or a 2-point game for the Cats. And he hits the last 2 at the very end of the game to really seal the deal. Yes, I am so proud of this team in all aspects. You answer to the adversity, and really this gives us a big step forward in the right direction. Because now you look, you got the showdown coming against Cal and Arkansas on Saturday. Yes, you got the showdown there. I think your next couple of games are very much winnable. Now, one of them is going to be really tough on the road at Ole Miss, but I think that's definitely winnable. I think the one against Arkansas is going to be very winnable as well. It's going to be emotional. Don't get me wrong, it's going to be emotional. But to get this win, to kind of steal one, right? To kind of steal a big one, it's going to mean a lot. It's going to mean a lot. I think positive momentum moving forward, and I think it's just going to push us in the right direction, okay? Kentucky beats the number 8 team in the country. Obviously, I told you, I think it was last episode, yeah. The Cavs dropped down to 12. They won't be there for very much longer. Assists. You tie with them in assists. Tennessee is the best team in the SEC at moving the ball around and getting assists as a team. You tie with them there. 14-14, solid. Steals. They were able to get 8 steals. You were able to get 3. Again, you were still able to overcome that, right, with your 3-point shooting. We protected the rim actually pretty well in this game. They hit 11 threes because our rim protection was there. Our rim protection was there. They took a lot of threes. They hit a good amount, but on how many wasted possessions with threes? How many wasted shots with threes, right? 4 blocks for the Volunteers, 3 blocks for the Cats. Now, looking at individual statistics, it's going to be so hard to give it MVP. I think in the game, at the end of the game, they gave it actually to Jax. Man, did he step up in that PG role with Lamont out. You kind of seen it in the second half of the Gonzaga game when Kerr went out. He stepped in that role and absolutely was amazing, was tremendous at what he did. Looking at the box score, what a game. I think actually all of our starters were in double digits. That is insane. Insane. The amount of production just from everybody is going to be so hard to beat because they can't pinpoint one guy. And once you take out that guy, there's another guy to pinpoint. We don't have necessarily that superstar, right, to really go to every play. And I think that's okay because we have guys that can step up in bigger moments to do it. Ansley Almanor steps up in Andrew Carr's role. With him being injured, he's still available to play. He records 12 points, 4 of 7 from 3-point land. Man, was that massive. 2 rebounds from him, 3 assists. Really good game from Ansley. Amari Williams, man. This guy, round of applause to him. I think I have something. I don't know if this is going to be the right one here. No. There we go. That's the round of applause for Amari Williams this game. I think I'm going to go with, I know how much having Jax step up is big. You watch this game, second half of the game, I want to say about 65% of the second half, who is playing point guard? Amari Williams taking it up the floor, starting the offense, getting the offense going. He ended up with 10 points himself. He had a double-double this game. 10 points, 15 rebounds, 4 assists. 4 assists, 15 rebounds, 10 points. He's my MVP just because his all-around performance. He's able to step up and basically play that point guard role. He's initiating the offense. He was able to play tough. I really like the bounce back game here for Amari Williams. He's my MVP. Otega Owe, consistent. He was big in big moments at taking it to the rim, drawing fouls. Now, he did go 6 of 9 from the free throw line. He only attempted 1 3 and missed it. He ended up with 14 points, 1 block, 1 steal, 1 assist, 6 rebounds. Really doing a lot of things well for him right now. He is really our slasher at this point. Man, he had a good game. What about that dunk where he had that dunk and he went up and like it was at the end of the shot clock. He was like kind of like trapped in a corner. Somehow gets out of that and makes a dunk on a guy, falls to the ground, hits his head, kind of gets our bench going. Man, what a game from Otega. Jaxson Robinson, yes, he could also be your MVP for this one because of his role in stepping up. 17 points from him. Man, is he playing really good basketball right now. 1 block. How many assists? 1 assist, 4 rebounds. Good play from him. He went 4 of 9 from three-point land. Kobe Bray is stepping up. He had to step up in the starting lineup for this one. 18 points, 1 block, 1 steal, 3 assists, 3 rebounds. He went 5 of 7 from free throw land, 3 of 3 from three-point land. I think he needs to shoot more threes. He is so good. I thought he was actually, you can see one of my posts on X, he actually handled the ball very, very well off the dribble in this game because they were forcing him off the three-point line. He was able to get into a midi a couple times. He was able to take it to the basket, obviously, and get fouled a couple times. I really liked his play in this game. I think one thing that really hurt Tennessee was our length at the wing position. Zakai Ziegler, yes, amazing player. I'm so glad that he is okay from that knee problem. He was able to come in that second half and really show how good of a player he was. But I think in that first half, what really hurt them and what was affecting Zakai was the length of this. He's a smaller guy. Don't really mean anything, but Kentucky was able to take advantage of that with Jax over him, with sometimes Kobe over him. But yeah, what an amazing game from the starters in this one. I think we had really good bench production. Don't look at the points. We got 7 points off the bench. Don't look at the points. If you look at the game, what about Colin Chandler on defense, man? What about Colin Chandler on defense? His things tonight: 1 steal, 1 assist, 2 rebounds. You don't need him to score. He played such great defense in this game. Way to step up in big time minutes. Obviously, Andrew Carr not really able to do anything. I thought Brendan Garrison played solid. I mean, he didn't play that great. 2 points for him, 1 assist, 2 rebounds. I think it's because how great Amari was playing. He wasn't able to get all the minutes that he usually does, and that's going to happen. It's going to flip-flop between those two like that. What about Trent Noah? Banging a 3 from almost the logo, 5 points from him. He had a big rebound and went up in the lane over 2 guys and had a layup coming up huge for the Cats with 5 points and a rebound in this one. I think he can be a superstar in the future. He's got a very, very built body. I think he's 6'5", 6'6". I like the way he's built, and he's a lethal shooter, especially when he's open. He looks like he gels well with the guys on the offense. I think he could show some big time minutes, especially in like a March Madness game where maybe something's not going right. You bring him in, he maybe knocks down a 3, really gets us going, something like that. Travis Perry, he didn't play great. I actually thought he guarded Zakai pretty well. I mean, he did what I think was asked of him in this one, but Trent Noah, Colin Chandler, big minutes, stepped up. Man, what a game from the Cats overall. I think Amari's performance was huge. I think Jackson's performance was. I think the whole starting five performance was huge, and I think the defensive production from the bench was huge in this one as well. Now, man, what a win. You look at Tennessee's side, right? Who really played the best for them? To me, and it shows on the stats here, Igor Milicic. 19 points from him. He's a lethal shooter. Kind of hoping he enters the portal because I think he would fit well in Pope's system. 14 points from him, 4 assists, 9 rebounds. Really good game from Igor. Now, one of the other things I think, there's two more things I want to hit on in this game. Okay, and then we will talk about how this can really propel the Cats moving forward. Number one, the two more things is hold down Chaz. Chaz Lanier had 15 points. Okay, he's averaging 19. You held him down in the first half. He didn't really affect the game in the first half. He was okay. He's pretty good. He's pretty good in the second half, but you were able to hold him down to limiting him to really what he could do. And Zakai Ziegler ended up with 13. Again, good to see him. Not anything serious. Injury wise, Now he's a big factor, but I thought we actually played him pretty well, especially when he was taking the ball off the bounce. But yeah, very, very, very big win with everything going against the Cats in this one. Last thing here is we controlled the pace. We made this a back and forth game at points, and that's what we needed to do. That's what the Cats wanted. We were able to do it. Cats win. Big time win, 5-point win over the Volunteers. We're a 10-point underdog in this one, 78-73. The Cats win to improve to 15-5, 4-3 in conference play. This game can send us forward. Will send us forward because I think now with this win, right? You obviously got the matchup against Arkansas next. Okay. It's that place is gonna be rocking. I don't think there's gonna be any shortage of energy from the team and from the fans. I don't think Arkansas is that great. If I'm being completely transparent, I think they got potential just like every Cal team. They're not living up to it. They haven't, and it shows. It shows. So after you get this big win now after losing 2 in a row, I think. The next time Kentucky plays Tennessee is gonna be at home. You got this 3-game stretch before you play them again. I think you can not very easily. You can be 2-1 heading into that game, so 3-1 in your next 4. Huge in the SEC. You can most definitely beat Arkansas. It'll be a tough one, but you can win at Ole Miss. And lastly, probably to me, it's the worst team in the SEC. You get South Carolina at home. I think you can win those games heading back into the Tennessee game, and you can beat them. Now you get the game at home with advantage. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. I think we can hit a run here. I really think we can. But this really propels us in the right direction. It's going to be a big one for tournament and SEC play. I'm very proud of the Cats, the way they fought. That's been a thing about them. Defensively, we gave up 73 points on the road. Not bad at all from the Cats on the road. Now this team offensively is not great. Still, big win for the Cats. Defensively stepping up and having a big shooting night from the Cats. Thank you guys so much for tuning in here to episode 14 on the Big Blue Breakdown. Again, go check us out on social media at BigBlue_Breakdown, TikTok, X, and Instagram. What a big win for the Cats. Big time, big time, big time. Propel us moving forward. With all odds against us, we were able to prevail. Thank you guys so much for tuning in here, and as always, go Cats.